Oh, I wasn't ready. Oh, okay. Hey everyone. Okay, it's Shannon here, continuing the Star Trek Into Darkness countdown. That's not high enough. That's not high enough. Oh, I think let's just have to live with it. I'm not totally jazzed about my new setting here. No, that doesn't work. None of this is working. None of this is working. I don't know. Oh well. Sorry, it'll just be low. I'll have to find something else next time. Star Trek 6, or V1, haha, The Undiscovered Country. This is huge favorite of mine. Not first favorite, but definitely in the line of the favorites. This one is from '91. It features the original series cast, but it sort of is kind of bridge. It's not, it's a bridge between, I would actually say it's a bridge between the original series show and the Next Generation show. That's what I'm saying. It is. It sort of explains the world of the Next Generation in a lot of ways, and I thought that was really clever. I remember liking this one right off the bat. I was so impressed by it when I saw it. I felt, seeing this one in the theater, I felt differently about it. I was seeing a lot more film at this time. I always watched a lot of film, like, whatever, but this was '91, so this is for me, that's much more, I was older, so I got it. I got a lot more in this one, because one of the things that's so beautiful about this film is that in a lot of ways it's kind of like a political thriller, which is never something I'm going to be drawn to. There's some films that I see that are like that, but I don't know, like me, I would put like the Bourne films in that sense. But the thing is, you know, that's not the pitch you give. This is actually, you know, it's an adventure movie like all Star Trek films are. It's a science fiction movie like all Star Treks are. But at the heart of the storytelling, it's a mystery. You don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know why things are happening. You don't know why things happened. You don't know what's going to happen. So it's a whole mystery. So, and that gives it huge repeat watch value. Like, it's one of those films that once you watch it, I always want to go back and watch it again. It's kind of like, for some reason it reminds me of Harry Potter and The Prisoner of Azkaban. After I see it, I want to go back and watch it again, right away. And I think it's because of the storytelling and how well the story is told, the mystery elements in it, you know, you want to go back. So, yeah, it's really good, and I think it's actually really gutsy. It takes some chances. Not all Star Trek films do. Not that they don't. Like, I just think this one's gutsier, and it's also very truthful. You know, it's really talking about a, you know, potentially sensitive situation, and with the Klingons, and I think there's a lot of truth in all the different angles, and it's a way to talk about racism and classism, maybe, that might be pushing it, and honesty and fear and change, and who are the people that are going to, you know, and people's reaction to change. So for me personally, I find all of those themes really interesting and intriguing, and I love when they use them in science fiction, because sometimes it's sort of that once removed thing that people can be, you know, that maybe people can access it more if they're sensitive about it or adverse to it, which would be awful. But yeah, so for me, those themes are great. The storytelling being a mystery is great, and then the film itself is great. And it's funny because I'm doing a Next Generation rewatch. I'm in season 6, and so Next Generation is the world of Next Generation is very, you know, present for me. But to see, like, there's some awesome things in the film that tie to the series. You have some familiar faces in terms of some actors. Michael Dorn is in this. He plays Worf on Next Generation. He's in this as a Klingon. And also, if you look closely, I didn't double check it, but I'm pretty sure Odo from Deep Space Nine is in there, which was pretty cool. So, you know, there's some little things like that. Now, and there's some beautiful, one of my favorite things in films is beautiful awkwardness, and there is lots of beautiful awkwardness in this film with the Klingons and the humans. It is just extraordinary. And one of the huge other things that makes this film amazing is Christopher Plummer as Chang. Like, he's such a brilliant actor, and I love him. And of course, you know, I am biased being Canadian, but now that he's an Oscar winner, I don't think anyone has to, you know, have any disclaimer. I don't think there's any, you know, doubt that he is a formidable actor and has been for a very long time. And he's also from Toronto. Woo woo! Go Toronto! And he is just so great as Chang, and it's a bit different. He's a bit of a different Klingon character than we've seen in the past. Very, mysterious, but very clear, you know, very, I don't know, he's just extraordinary. And I remember the first time seeing his character on screen and just being like, wow, so amazing and so great and so different, but still yet very, very Klingon, which was really cool. And I think that's always a really great thing in film or in any storytelling, when you can see the difference but the sameness, and it reads well. And I think Christopher Plummer really did that with Chang, so really, really happy with that. What else is there in there? Kim Cattrall's in here, also Canadian, and as a Vulcan, and very interesting character. It's funny how this is the second in the film series that has a woman Vulcan on the Enterprise. You know, it's just a recurring theme. They just want to have that. And Mark Leonard as Sarek, which I actually didn't realize that he was Sarek in the films, and he's also plays Sarek in The Next Generation. So it's kind of cool to see him just keep on cropping up, and so that's really cool. I do have to say it's not a perfect film for me. There's one thing they do involving Spock that I am so against, and not only I don't think his character would do it, it just really bugs me in this series. They would go there, and it's so disturbing, and so I can't give it sort of like a perfect score, and it really bugs me because I love the film so much. I just hate there's just one thing they do, and I'm just like, that's wrong. It's wrong. You know, especially given all of what they're working towards, it's wrong. So, but other than that, the film has a great story, really great acting. I love how I love the truth of all of the, you know, sort of political stuff that they really get on, but also with the crew. Like, it's supposed to be, they're 3 months away from being decommissioned, and there's changes involved and stuff like that. And I think, like, it's weird because they've sort of been riding that, you know, for the past several films, about how they're, you know, they're not a new crew, you know, and it's time to retire and all that kind of stuff. But how many times can you say that, you know, like, really? And they go and they shake things up a bit to add validity to the fact that you think that that's really going to happen, which is good because it's the 6th film. Right? You know, the first film you didn't think that, but then as they go on, it keeps on being a theme: getting older, retiring, you know, being past your prime, those kinds of things. But there's an honesty in it in this film that I appreciate, and it runs, you know, specifically and thematically. So, and of course we do get some awesome, you know, humor as well, a lot of with the lovely awkwardness, and of course with McCoy, who seems to be, I think it's until I rewatched it this time, I don't think I realized that he's the key to the comedy always. I wonder if that's the truth from the original series. I don't, like, you know, he's got a million taglines of I'm a doctor, not a escalator, I'm a doctor, not an engineer, I'm a doctor, not a whatever, but like I don't think of him as like the funny guy. I always think of Spock as the funny guy because he's the straight man, who I always think is the funny one. So it's weird. Straight as in, like, you know, logical, not, you know, not going anywhere else with that. But, you know, so yeah, where else was I going to go with that? I think that's it. I just really love this one. I really wish they hadn't had that one really annoying piece. There was so much really great acting. Lyman is in it too. God, I love her. Love her. She's just extraordinary. Extraordinary woman. Love her. Yeah, so it's smart. I think it's a lovely sort of, like, way to wrap up a lot of things, and the story is good, and how it bridges to the Next Generation is good, so it's all good. So I'm really happy. Love The Undiscovered Country. It's definitely, for me, I can watch it at any time. Don't need to watch any of these in sequence. I can pull it off the shelf. I have it on VHS, then, you know, it's very worn because I've watched it many times, and now we're going on to Generations, which is more of an actual bridge between the two crews. So yeah, we'll get there. We'll see how that one is. This one ranks high for me. I think it's hard. I don't know. Wrath of Khan is still first, and then this and The Voyage Home are battling it out for number 2. I enjoy both of them a lot, but I think, I don't know, maybe I would put them at a tie. I'm not really a tie person, but I can't think of anything to break the tie, you know? That one's more fun, this one's more better. More better! Yep, that's not a sentence. But that is the end of this vlog, so thanks so much for watching. Make sure to check out the other guys that are, the other people, I'm not a guy, the other guys that are doing this, Sean, Mike, Ryan, and Kevin, and I will leave the links below as always, and we'll be back next week for Generations. Oh, I hope I don't fall asleep during that one.